Weiss, voorbij. The International Criminal Court is now in session. Lieutenant Court Penal International, 8 word. Please be seated.
Thank you very much. Appearances, court officer, please call the case.
Merci, Monsieur le Président.
Your Honour, the situation in the Republic of Kenya in the case the prosecutor against William Samuel Ruto and Joshua Arap Sang, ICC 0109-0111. We are in open session.
Appearances, please.
Mr. President, Your Honours, good morning. For the prosecution, Lucio Garcia, Regina Weiss, Peter Schotzman, and I'm Lorenzo Pugliati.
Good morning, Mr. President, Your Honours. On our side, Arsenal in James Maria. For victims, thank you.
Good morning, Your Honours. Mr. President, appearances remain the same for the Ruto defence.
Good morning, Mr. President. For us, also for the Sang team, we also remain the same, still in the absence of Katra Keegan. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Witness, welcome back. Mr. Pugliati will continue his examination in chief. We're now in public session. Do we remain here?
Mr. President, the point at which we left off yesterday, we finished yesterday, I recall, in private session, and we were about to move into a new topic. That new topic itself should also be canvassed in private session we submit, and so we'd request to go into private session to elicit that testimony. We estimate approximately 15 minutes for that segment.
And what's your estimate about completion time for your examination in chief?
Yes, well, I recall my learned friend's comments at the end of yesterday's session about the prosecution finishing at 11, and I hate to disappoint her, that won't be possible. But we are progressing with full force to finish by the lunch break, and that's our sincerest and most earnest hope to do so.
All right, proceed. Private session.
Nous sommes en audience publique, Monsieur le Président.
We're in open session, Your Honour.
Witness, we've now returned to public session, which means that people outside the courtroom can hear your words. So I'd like to remind you now that when you give answers, unless I say it's okay, please don't say any names of people or the names of any places, locations. Please use the sheet in front of you. And I'll try to remind you of that as I ask the questions, but please remember that as well.
And I also remind you, witness, to, with the fewest words possible, to answer the questions so we can minimize the risk of you giving answers that the lawyer did not anticipate and further answers that may contain information we don't want to come out in the public version. When he asks you a question, he has in mind what information he's looking for, and he has in mind that that sort of information can be given in the public session. So always try to stay with him in that just very few words. If you can say yes or no, as I said earlier, it's the best. If one word answer is possible, still the best. And 2, 3 words, fine. But don't give further answers that are strictly called for by the question, so we don't have risk of you giving information we don't want to reveal in public session at this time. Thank you.
Now, witness, you said to the court that you returned home to your home early in the morning. Using the sheet in front of you, can you tell the court, if it's there, which location you returned to in the morning of the 31st of December?
Witness, when you said home, do you mean location number 2?
Dio.
If it helps, apologies, my learned friend can lead on this point if that will help elicit the evidence a little bit more straightforwardly.
Mr. Pugliati, then proceed. So do not give us the name of the location, only say location number 2 for whom. We know that, and Mr. Pugliati would also ask questions in a way that minimizes the risk. Thank you.
I'm grateful. So, witness, is it correct that you returned to your home, to your house?
Nilirudi number 2.
Return to number 2.
And this was at approximately 4 in the morning, is that correct?
Dio.
And is it correct that you slept for approximately 2 hours until approximately 6 in the morning? Yes or no is fine.
Ni hivyo.
Correct.
And is it correct that after you slept, you went to look at the houses in your area? And do not say the name of your area.
Nilienda kuangalia.
Yes. I went to look at the houses.
I will cease leading at this point. Now, witness, using the sheet in front of you, and once again, don't say the name, can you tell the court if your area is on the list of locations?
Iko number 6.
Yes. That's at number 6.
You said you went to look at the houses. Just to remind you, don't use any names, don't say the names of any houses, but can you describe the houses that you went to see?
Walikuwa wamechoma.
The houses had been burnt.
Had all of the houses in your area been burnt?
Walikuwa wanachoma manyumba za Wakikuyu.
There were Kikuyu houses that had been set on fire.
What about the houses that did not belong to Kikuyus?
Hawakuwa wanachoma.
Houses of non-Kikuyus were saved.
And witness, again, without saying where this was or any names, can you tell the